Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to do a tutorial using the Pretty Rich palette. So without further ado, let's get started. So I've already used this palette. If you guys haven't seen it, what this formula is it's got a few matte shades, it's got some shimmer shades, as well as some pressed glitter shades, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to use pretty much everything that you see in this palette. Before I get started, I wanted to talk about the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I picked this new shade up. It is in the shade Swan, so it's a little bit lighter than the one that I normally use, which is Almond. And so I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up on what this is supposed to do. So it says that it's infused with coconut water to delicately replenish skin's moisture levels, it has alpine rose to brighten the skin's appearance, and hyaluronic acid for a smoother, more youthful looking appearance. These three ingredients are actually found in their formula, in their foundation, which is awesome. I love that foundation. That's what I'm going to be using today. If you're looking for a foundation that gives you full coverage, that isn't too dewy, but it gives you, it's not too matte either, this is your guy. Your guy, your gal, whatever you want to call them. But the foundation is amazing. I love the coverage. I love that it stays on all day. I am also a normal, slightly dry, slightly oily skin type. So for those of you who do have similar skin, you probably will love the foundation. For those of you who have lean more on the oily side, I would check out their peach foundation. I can't remember the exact name of it, but that's what it is. So just to kind of show you the difference in shades. So this is the shade Almond and this is the shade Swan. So I wanted Swan because I wanted a more paler concealer, but one that wasn't going to wash me out, and I didn't want any rosy undertone in it. So this is their neutral lightest shade that they have in the collection of the concealers. So it says you could use this concealer to cover, contour, highlight, and retouch with the Super Perfecting Natural Finish Concealer / Makeup Hybrid, the ultimate multi-use formula for a modern and hydrated photo-ready complexion. Fully loaded pigments provide maximum coverage with an undetectable finish for a look so flawless they'll think you were born this way. God, isn't that a great description? Anyhow, I've been really happy with it. One of the biggest things that I've been happy with is the fact that there is no fragrance. Yay! So now I've applied that concealer, I put my brows on, and let's get started on the tutorial. So the first shade, I think I'm going to go kind of backwards. I'm going to actually use the darkest shade in the palette, that shade called Oh That's Rich. I'm going to take my Morphe M573 synthetic brush, or some kind of blending brush is fine, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of go in back and forth motions, windshield wiper motions in the crease. Sorry, we're trying to make dinner plans with our friends, so she's texting me and like distracting me. Okay, so the reason why I went with the darkest shade is because I am going to be doing a cut crease, but I'm going to be doing a halo eye with the cut crease, and I really don't like going back in with a very thin brush to try to get that little shadow effect, so everything looks like it's supposed to be together and not uneven. So that's the reason why. You guys will see when I'm all finished where I'm going with this. I'm going to use this Sigma E25 brush. It's like flat. It's got also, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit more precise. So I'm just going to go ahead and pack in the color in the inner and outer corner of my eye and then blend it into the crease. I'm sorry if this is confusing, but it'll make sense. Because this is really this is the only darkest shade in the palette except for the black, and I really want that to be in the outer and inner corner of my eye, so that's the reason why we're doing it this way. Okay, so now to help blend this out so it's not so choppy, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this shade called Fancy That, which is like a taupey brown. I may go in with it's Cashmere too, because that one is a little bit warmer. This one's a little bit more cool tone, and this is just going to help blend out the harsh edge from the other shadow I just first laid down. Yes. So I'm just using the same brush that I used when I first started doing this look. This mirror in this palette though, a little too small. It works, but for me it's a little too small, so. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna go ahead and just take this shade, Fancy That, with a little bit of the shade, it's Cashmere, and just add it into the look, the shadow. Yeah, that kind of warms it up. I mean, if it's not picking up on the camera, you can definitely see it in person a lot clearer. So I just wanted a little bit of that warmer tone because I think we're gonna go in with this shimmer shade, Don't Care It All. I love it. And then I think I'm also gonna be using this pressed glitter. Yes. So I went ahead and just cut the crease, and now we're gonna go in with that shimmer shade, Don't Care It All. I did go and spray this brush with Fix Plus because I want to get this this shimmer shade pretty pigmented as well as metallic-y. So just going in, and I'm gonna go ahead and just add it to the inner and outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna actually keep the center blank for the glitter. It'll all make sense. I saw this technique with one of the makeup artists on YouTube, that she did it this way, and I wanted to try that as well. So I typically like to use my finger, so yeah, you know what, the pigment seems to be a little bit better with your finger, so maybe that's the way to go with this. I probably will need to go and touch up the inner and outer corner of my eye. That's fine. I just needed to start somewhere. So, and just to kind of buff out and reapply, I'm gonna go in with that shade, Oh That's Rich, and reapply it to the inner and outer corner of my eye. It did get a little bit interrupted with that shimmer shade, so. I actually like this technique a lot better when doing a halo eye as opposed to what I've been doing, so this is something new for me, and I'm loving it. It really helps keep the halo shape more rounded, I think, and a little bit more perfect. Okay, all right, let's go in with a glitter. When you think of glue, you think of like sticky and tacky. This glitter glue by Too Faced, I really have nothing but good things to say about it, and I really have been happy with it. It hasn't given me any eye irritation. I like that it's almost like concealer consistency. So I'm just going in and tapping it onto the center of the lid, and now the glitter. And I'm going to use my finger to apply the glitter. And the shade I'm going to use is Fluent in Diamonds. I've been dying to use this one. I used this one for my other look on Christmas Eve, so it was time to try something new. FYI, I actually like this formula better than the Huda Beauty's new nude palette formula. It's a little bit easier for me, I find, and I also find that these are butterier. Is that a word? Than the Huda Beauty. The Huda Beauty, I really love the color scheme of the palette, but I'm not really a cool tone girl. I like a couple of cool tones, which are really big right now, but I just I don't think that that's a palette that I'm going to be picking up a lot, so there it is. Bam. I am loving this. Okay, so again, just going in with that dark shade, Oh That's Rich, to just touch up any unevenness that I may have, like, you know, missed in the shadow application. And then I'm going to deepen out the outer and inner corner of my eye even more. I ain't done. Kidding me? Gosh, I love that. Yes. Okay, so taking that shade Coal Under Pressure, I like the fact that there is shimmer in this black. It's just, it's not that there's going to be shimmer really in it, but I don't know. I just love the formula when it has glitter in it. Just looks so bomb.com. Wow. And I am using a pencil brush. This is my Sonia Kashuk pencil brush. Really, any pencil brush will work. I've just had this forever. Okay. Bomb.com. Okay, just to kind of finish up pretty much the top of the eye look, I'm going to add in this shade. It's a Designer. It's just a bone matte shade for the brow bone and just to highlight the brow a little bit. That looks good. Oops, not that shade. I almost picked up the wrong one. That would have sucked. Just an FYI too, like all the stuff that I show you guys here, I am not sponsored by anybody yet. Hopefully someday that can be an opportunity for me where I'm able to share the latest products that are available to you guys and be able to demonstrate, to test out, to see if it's a good product. But as of now, this is all my coin, and I am providing as much information as I can based on my own personal experience as well as my research, especially with skincare. That's a big thing for me. So I try to read up on skincare ingredients. Either I use the internet, I use science journals, old ones, okay? I also have a dictionary, cosmetic dictionary, that I will look up the ingredient and just kind of see what the ingredient is and why it's used. So I just wanted to give you guys some feedback so you guys know none of this is sponsored. Anyways, back to the tutorial. I'm running so low on this Hangover primer. I love it. The Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. You can actually stick this in the refrigerator and use it as a mask, as it does have some hydrating ingredients in it. And it just feels so good. Like my skin right now, it's kind of dry. So anything helps to kind of bring back hydration and balance into my skin. Another one that I discovered, which I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about, is, give me a second. Sorry, this one. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, Pore Minimizing Primer. It is mattifying and it has like a peachy color to it, so that way it can help camouflage like some of the redness in the skin and imperfections. It is very powdery and light, so if you're looking for something like that, this one's pretty good. Okay, so going in with the Born This Way foundation, as you guys know, I love it. I use about a pump to 2 pumps depending on what kind of coverage I'm looking for. If you guys are looking for the option of shearing it out or having the full coverage option, you can also spray your brush with Fix Plus, and that will help shear out the foundation. It does. So I'm just going in. I'm kind of stippling the product into my skin to kind of push it into the skin. The brush I am using is the Nancy Buffed Base Brush. I love this brush. I love the fact that it doesn't tug at the skin. I love the fact that it doesn't leave any streaks. Just kind of going in and stippling. Their stippling brush is really good, but not everybody likes the stippling because it does take a lot longer to apply your foundation. So this one I would say is for everyone. I love it. It's more of a rounded, domed bristle type of head, and so it just doesn't tug at the skin. When you get to my age, you're going to want to make sure you're not tugging at your skin. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the multi-sculpting concealer in the shade Swan. This is the first time I've ever used this shade as a highlight option on my skin. So I want to see how this goes. If it's too, like, if it washes out my skin too much, then I might go back in with the shade Almond to help balance out that, because I don't want to, it just doesn't look good. I did that mistake in the beginning of this year with my NARS concealer. By the way, that's a really good concealer, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. With a setting powder, you can go in with a brush and actually set the makeup down. That's the first step to keeping this going. So I have now set my face down with some setting powder, the Ethereal, I figured out how to say it, Ethereal setting powder by Too Faced. Using one of these two brushes is part of my routine to doing that. This is the Morphe E41. This is my Nancy powder brush. I tend to pick this one up a little bit more because of my face shape, and so I will just stipple the powder into the skin to help just setting the makeup, and then I'm going to go back in and actually do some polishing processes here. Okay? Yes, I have like so many makeup sponges. It's not even funny. So this is the Morphe, this is the highlight contour sponge. This one's pretty good. I like it because of the sharp edge like that. Nancy makes one, and I think Echo Tools makes one as well. I also will go in with using my old school like sponges that you can get at like Rite Aid or Sally's. Sally's makes a pretty good one. And I'm just going to go ahead and bake the under eye. This is where I tend to crease the most. So I want to make sure by setting it down that none of this is going to crease today. Not today. Okay. I'll put a little bit here too, because sometimes like I'll go like this, or I'm on the phone, and that just totally kills the makeup look. Alright, so I'm going to go in with this shade called Double Life by Urban Decay. I need to sharpen this bad boy. All I'm basically doing is helping the eyes to have a base, like a sticky base. So that way when I go in with the shadow, it will just stay longer. I'm not sure if I'm going to go in into my waterline. I really just wanted it for the outer and inner corner of my lower. And then I just took a blending brush like this and just took the shade, it's Cashmere, and mixed it in with that fancy vet. And just kind of just smoked out the bottom lash line. But as you can see, I've left just this area and this area kind of blank because we're going to add this glitter into that area. I did add in the center that shade Don't Care At All, just because it went with this eye look from the top lid. That's the shade I used on the outer corners of the half moon shape. I'm going to take a little bit of glitter glue now, and I'm going to apply it to the lower lash line. Just taking any kind of, you could even use your finger, but I'm going to use a brush. And I'm just going to sweep it along here. Very carefully. And then I'm going to use my finger to add the glitter like that. See? This is going to be a really awesome New Year's makeup look. So another beauty influencer recommended this, and I picked it up because it is $4.99. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. There's not much of a highlight to this, okay? It's more of like a glow, which is basically what I wanted. And I'm just going to go in with a brush like this, and I'm just going to go ahead and spread this all over the areas that I want to basically glow. See how it just gives that little sheen to the face? Not much of a highlight, but this is going to go basically underneath the highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer, and I'm going to warm up the face. We are almost done, guys. I know this is taking a long time, and this is probably a long video. Please scroll through what you guys want to see. I just basically wanted to demonstrate some new products that I picked up, as well as, you know, the process of how I go from start to finish, and it does take time. So I'm just kind of contouring. You don't have to do this. I'm for highlight, just for the nose part and maybe the inner eye. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to go in with this Prismatic highlighter in Blinded by the Light by Too Faced. It looks like that. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she lovely? Sorry, I got a little carried away there. And I'm just adding that to the center of my face. Okay, maybe I am gonna go in. Oh yeah, we are. We're just doing it. Do it. And just highlight the inner corner like that. Love it. Okay. Maybe to this top part. I'm not sure yet. You guys remember this bad boy? She's heavy, but she's gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and use a mixture. I'm going to use Starlight and Satin Sheets, mix them, and I'm going to just kind of add that to highlight my face. Yeah, I think mixing them is a good combo here. Yeah, it just gives like a nice glow. I like it. Just glowy all over. Why not? Okay. And why not? Let's just use this blush. I'm going to go ahead and mix both Pink Wink and Pink Sand together. And see how she goes. Yeah, I like that. Just a nice flush of color. Kind of went a little too far there, so I'm just going to take a beauty sponge. There we go. Yes! As if I wasn't highlighted enough, I'm just going to take some more of that Prismatic highlight and just add it to that part of my face, just the highest point. All right, I'm going to use the Festival Refresh Mystical Effects Setting and Refreshing Spray. Last time I used this, it's been a while, because my face was so damp for, I don't know what product I was using, it transferred this like iridescent color to my face. So let's hope she don't do that. This smells like orange Tic Tacs, by the way. And I don't mind the iridescence. I want that because I want my skin to be glowy. After all, this is a glam look. Yeah, looks so good. So I went in with the lash style About Last Night. This is by Icona Lashes. I do have a code. The code is Little Miss Skin Expert 10. Here it is on the screen. And it's on sale. I still think it's on sale for $7, so you guys should get it. This is the lash tool that I was talking about. You can get these. Tarte makes one. Amazon, you can get them. And I've even seen them at like TJ Maxx. So just keep your eyes out for a tool like this. I find that this is really good for like pinching the lashes, your lashes, and the fake lashes, or false lashes, I should say, together, so they look a little bit more together. So the glue that I like to use is Duo Lash. They make this one. This one's like a gray adhesive, but the clear one is universal. A lot of people like to use the clear one. all glues for me irritate my eyes, so I haven't found one that I like other than this one. This one gives me less likely, it's less likely to give me the irritation, so I've just had the best luck with it, plus it's easy to find. You can get it at Sally's, Walgreens, things like that. And then I just went in with the Better Than Sex mascara. I have a little tube right now. I have a big tube that I don't want to open yet. I want to finish this up. So, and I just went along the lower lash line like that to give my lower lash line that full lash false look. Not everybody likes this wand for their eyelashes because everybody's hairs are different. So one, if you guys have shorter lashes, the roller lash mascara is a really nice one because of the wand. So it's kind of curved like that, and then you could just get into the bristles. The bristles can adhere to the hair a lot easier. There we go. So I just added this shade here. This is the Patrick Starr collab with MAC. This is the shade Spank Me Santa. It is a matte. And a lot of people talked about how his nude was really pale, which it is. This is the shade Peachy Peter. What I like to do with this is I'll take it, add it to the center like that, so it kind of just brightens the lower lip. That's really, or you can use it by itself with a lip liner. That's really the only way you're able to use it. And then I'm going to add this loveliness. This is the Dazzle Glass. The color is Twerk for Gifts. I picked this up. It looks like that. I like it a lot. And here is the final look, guys. I'll have all the details up later. Happy Glam Friday, guys, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.